The girl never imagined that even though she was the strongest saint in the kingdom's history, simply because she was born without a love for smiling, she would have her engagement unilaterally dissolved by the prince. What was even more heartbreaking was that her parents, for the sake of family interests, secretly signed a contract at an exorbitant price, selling her to the neighboring kingdom. They even arranged a carriage overnight to send Anna away. Little did they know the prince of the neighboring kingdom was overjoyed. It turned out he had already done his investigation. He knew Anna was actually the strongest saint in history. This was a world where monsters existed. Saints existed to protect humanity. Therefore, every country must have at least one saint, and Anna was praised as the strongest saint of all time. She could not only repel monsters alone to maintain order. Even when the country suffered droughts, she could use her skills to solve the problem. She never refused the requests of the people, even if the requests were made to deliberately trouble her, such as pharmaceutical commissions. Anna could still fulfill them as promised. Yet even such a nearly perfect saint never won the hearts of the people, simply because Anna was born without a smile. This was the complete opposite of her sister Mia. As another saint, Mia was pure in character and lovable. Her smile was even regarded as a treasure of the kingdom. Even Anna's mother was more partial to Mia. Even though Anna tried her best to do everything, in her mother's eyes, she was nothing more than Mia's accessory. Anna didn't know why it had turned out this way. Since childhood, Anna had never liked to smile. Watching her parents shower unusual affection on her younger sister, Anna came to believe that only by achieving perfection in every other way could she earn love. Therefore, no matter how harsh the skill training, she gritted her teeth and completed it, all just to become the most perfect saint. Finally, at the age of 19, Anna received the king's recognition. She successfully became engaged to the kingdom's second prince. She thought this would earn her parents' approval, but reality was unusually cruel. And the reason Anna could still endure all this was because her sister at home was willing to accept her. In such an extremely biased family environment, the two sisters' relationship was still very harmonious. Every time she returned home, Mia always greeted Anna with a smile. Even just receiving a small gift from Anna was enough to make Mia feel extremely happy, because in Mia's heart, Anna was the person she respected most. However, good times didn't last long. That day Anna received a summons from the prince. As soon as they met, the prince unilaterally announced the cancellation of the engagement. The reason was that Anna was too capable, causing many people to lose their jobs. Compared to the cold-faced Anna, the lovable Mia was the best candidate for princess consort. Hearing this, Anna was deeply shocked. She asked if Mia knew about this. To this, the prince confidently stated that at a recent banquet, he had already confirmed Mia had feelings for him. Anna thought this was Mia's wish, so she agreed to the annulment of the engagement. But what Anna didn't expect was, the prince actually conspired with her parents to sell her. It turned out the neighboring country's only saint had suddenly died, so the prince agreed to the neighboring country's request, with national-level budget and resources, to trade away the strongest saint in history. For this, the prince was even smug, thinking he had gotten a bargain. Her parents could also gain a huge fortune, and rise into the top aristocracy. But little did they know, this would be the kingdom's greatest loss. By the time Mia returned home that night, Anna had already boarded the carriage to the neighboring country. Seeing the situation become irreversible, a plan for revenge quietly formed in Mia's heart. A few days passed in a blur. Anna arrived at the neighboring country's border in her sleep. She thought what awaited her next would be a life like a slave. But the reality was completely opposite to what Anna thought. Neatly lined soldiers welcomed her, and in the center stood the kingdom's second prince, Grover.
Yokoso. 春名コルタへ
The passionate welcome from the people left Anna unsure of how to respond, for she had never been valued like this before. She thought it must be because they had paid a great price for her, that they were so careful in escorting her. She assumed once she reached the capital, she would be exploited completely. But to her surprise, upon arrival, they not only held a grand welcoming party for her, even the two princes personally appeared to greet her arrival. This stood in stark contrast to her treatment in her own country. Yet when faced with such kindness, Anna did not know how to react. She could only resolve to work harder than ever before. Soon Anna learned of the kingdom's situation. Because of the death of the saintess, the crops have already fallen into a state of long-term poor harvest, leaving the people deeply worried. Though news of Anna's arrival spread quickly, it would take time to earn the people's trust. The next day Anna awoke in her new residence. The prince had arranged a mansion twice the size of her old home, with dedicated maids and a steward. But to their surprise, the new saint went straight to work at dawn. She carefully studied the kingdom's terrain, then headed directly to the northern forest mountains, where monsters had grown excessive, and even the air was thick with miasma. If left unchecked, a beast tide could erupt.
危険ですので下がってください。いえ。私たちはフィリア様の身辺警護をいたします。
It turns out that besides taking care of Anna's daily life, they also had to be responsible for Anna's protection. For when a saint sets a barrier, she must focus entirely on the process. First praying to summon a pillar of holy light, then forming a sacred domain from many pillars, finally stacking domains to create a barrier. Summoning even one pillar could take dozens of hours, so guardians were needed to protect her, and the process consumed immense magic power. But before the butler could finish his words, Anna had already completed the first pillar of holy light. The butler was utterly stunned. One must know that less than half an hour had passed, and Anna's next display directly overturned the butler's understanding. The 8 pillars of holy light in the northern region, Anna had already completed them all before noon. The entire forest once again brimmed with vitality. They thought the day's work was done, but Anna insisted on investigating the surrounding ecology and setting barriers in the western mountains, only returning at dawn. Anna was accustomed to such intensity, but the steward and maids were shocked. She had worked without rest all day, and even wanted to set more barriers.
まさか泣いて止められるとは思っていませんでした。
フィリア様、まだ何か。
とっくにオーバーワークですよ。過労で倒れたら申し訳が立ちません。
Though she paused her barrier work, she then conducted field research, developed medicine formulas along the way, and even drafted designs for the capital's dam. One must know this was never part of the Saintess's duties. The butler insisted that Anna must rest well tomorrow. If she keeps going like this, her body will not be able to endure.
休むですか。初めて聞いた言葉みたいな反応。しかし聖女が休むのは国益を損ねるのでは。
いいえ、国益よりもフィリア様のお体です。
無理しちゃダメですよ。ただでさえ慣れない環境なんですから。
But the kingdom's situation was dire, so at Anna's insistence, they agreed to set barriers in the east and south before resting. The following day, Anna's barriers in the northwest achieved great success. Roads once impassable reopened for trade. The people, hearing of her tireless work, praised her endlessly. Meanwhile, Anna's former nation, after her departure, domestic security had already fallen into chaos, simply because they had long grown accustomed to Anna handling everything on her own. Even when monsters appeared nearby, the self-defense squads tasked with clearing them also slacked off. For this reason, her younger sister Mia had no choice but to shoulder all the duties of the Saintess alone. Only now did Mia realize how exhausting it was to fight monsters by herself, and she missed Anna even more deeply. In Mia's heart, Anna had always been her most beloved elder sister. How could she suddenly leave without a word? Though no one told Mia the truth, claiming Anna had gone willingly to the neighboring kingdom, the clever Mia could easily guess what had really happened.
私から姉さんを奪うなんて許せない